You're listening to the Blue 82 podcast, hosted by Craig and Nicholas. Please like and subscribe so we know that you like what we're doing. And now, let's talk football. Blue 82!
Welcome back, everyone, to the Blue 82 podcast. I'm here with my co-host, Nicholas. And this is episode 9. We're approaching double-digit episodes. Had 9 solid weeks of episodes. We're excited to... I just said episode like 3 times. We're excited to get you another good one. Breaking down another good week of football. It was a little bit better week of football, in my opinion, than the previous ones. But
you know why that is?
Why?
Because Tom Brady said that he watches film and everyone was playing like shit, basically.
Hey.
Paraphrasing, but that's pretty much what he said.
They all stepped it up. The goat
Did you see that, though?
Yeah, I did.
He's like, there's been a lot of bad football or something like that.
Yeah. But before we get all into that, breaking down Monday night games from week 4 and things like that, just want to say thanks again. News. Oh, yeah, we got the news. See, I'm already getting out of
yeah, you got
whatever.
Well,
I'm getting ahead of myself.
Shout-outs. These are the shout-outs.
Yeah. I just want to say I appreciate y'all. We appreciate the likes, the comments, all that. We hope y'all are enjoying the episodes. We're really enjoying doing this. So me and Nick talk about it all the time. So we appreciate y'all. Let's see. News, right?
Yeah,
news
now you got to do the news. Yes.
News and injuries. So, you know what we need, Nick? We need one of those like little earpieces in our ear. Like, yo, this is what's coming up next.
We need a producer.
Yeah, we need a producer in our ear. So anybody out there,
someone that's in Discord just talking.
Anybody out there, we're gonna be hiring a producer soon. 50 cents an hour. Talk to us.
Jesus.
I'm playing. All right, so we got some pretty big news, to be honest. I got a notification today. Granted, I just woke up like 2 hours ago, so I'm a degenerate. Got some news today. Matt Rule, head coach for the Panthers, has been fired. I think we talked about that.
Not surprised.
Yeah, not surprised one bit. I think me and Nick talked about that. It might have been on the podcast, it might not have been, but we talked about it when we think he's going to get fired. We said pretty soon.
I think we talked about, who was it? I can't remember what coach it was. Remember we were talking about...
We were asked like the worst coach. We were talking about
Mitchell Trubisky.
Yeah.
We were talking about Mitchell Trubisky at one point, and then like if he was going to get benched. I think that was what we were talking about. And then we were talking about, the worst coach. I think that was last episode or maybe the one before it. We're asking who we think was the worst coach, and we were going on about Nathaniel Hackett, and then it was Matt Rule. We thought about Matt Rule after. Yes.
Yeah, that one.
But the point I'm just going to say is too real quick, is that if he's fired, that's kind of like a domino. You know what I mean? Like, it just tipped over, and now it's like, who's next? Because at the end of the day, it's like, if you're not producing, it's like, what's the point? You know what I mean?
I think a lot of people are trying to put some blame on Baker, which is deserved.
Everyone deserves blame.
Yeah, as much as I'm a Baker fan, don't get me wrong, I'm a Baker fan, but I don't think he's the greatest quarterback out there. So with that being said, with that being said, a lot of people are like, this guy needs to not start, yada yada yada, and it's like, dude, that's the best quarterback on y'all's roster right now. I mean, you can maybe
or Sam Darnold.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like,
I mean, you can take the shot in the dark with PJ Walker.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, PJ Walker, I think is 2-0 on your team as a starter. So, fuck.
Because what league did he come from? That AC? Was it the AC something? ACC, whatever it was. Like,
wasn't it the XFL?
No, or was it the XFL? I don't know. It was one of those leagues.
He played on the Houston Roughnecks, is what it was. I don't know what league that was in, but I remember he was on the Houston.
But I
Roughnecks.
remember he was on like one of those leagues that folded.
Mm-hmm.
That's where he came from. I can't remember, because you remember that one league that came out of nowhere, and like the NFL was like supporting it. It was like the ACF or something like that.
Like something like that, maybe. Yeah.
Okay, so he did play on the XFL then, yeah.
XFL, that's what it was. Okay.
Yeah. He was XFL passing leader and touchdown leader in 2020.
Yeah, he went dummy in the XFL, granted XFL, but anyways, he's like 2-0 as a starter. So like you said, you could take a shot in the dark with him, run with him the rest of the season. See if you got a guy. And
I mean, he's still only 27, so it's like...
Yeah, and y'all have had him on the roster for a couple seasons now, so he knows the offense. Yeah, I mean, that might be a better option, but with that being said, as of right now, your best quarterback is Baker. So I don't know if I would be hurting to get Sam Darnold or anybody else out there if I was a Panthers fan.
Also, too, just gonna say the argument is like, you know what they are, like, what's the point?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, you already know they're kind of bust. It's like, why not just take a shot in the dark? And
No, I agree. I think they should. Because
they still have the first overall pick, so it's like if he sucks, you get a first overall pick and you can do whatever you want with it.
Yeah. Another.
Oh yeah, real quick too. I did see that people were calling the Panthers to see if anyone's available for trading.
That's funny.
Like people were talking about trading that DJ Moore and maybe the running back.
I mean,
McCaffrey
somewhere else would be so nice, bro. Like in an offense that is like a powerhouse offense, could you imagine him in there? Like if you think about it, where could he go? That would be like really fun to watch. Low-key, the Dolphins. Dolphins would be pretty crazy to watch, but y'all got hella running backs. Y'all don't really need them.
Some people are saying maybe the Bills, but at the same time, he has that big contract, so.
Yeah, I don't see it. It's gonna be hard to move him.
He'd be a tough player to move.
Yeah, no, 100%. He would be.
And anyone that thinks he's going for like a second pick or something, he'd be going for like a 6 with the contract he's on.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, so Matt Rule got fired. I think that's all as far as like news. So much. That was the one big piece of news. I think we can go ahead and wait. Hold on. Oh, we're fucking stupid, Nick. I'm scrolling down these Adam Schefter tweets. Shout out Adam Schefter. GOAT gives us all our info. Panthers quarterback Baker Mayfield is expected to be sidelined at least a couple weeks with a sprained ankle. I forgot Baker had a sprained ankle. So PJ Walker is now in line to start with Steve Wilkes' debut as the Panthers head coach. So we will see a couple weeks of PJ Walker. Granted, it's due to injury, but fuck, if he comes out in balls, they might just keep on running with him.
Now that you said that, I might have seen a tweet. I might be trolling to you, but I might have seen a tweet that said something about he might have been benched either way if he was still healthy, but it would have. But I don't know. Again, like I said, I'd rather just see PJ Walker. Maybe he's a shot in the dark. Maybe he's not.
100%.
You have nothing to lose at this point. Like.
Yeah, sorry, I haven't. Like I said, I just woke up a couple hours ago, so I'm still trying to like get caught up on all the notifications I got. So I'm literally just scrolling through them here. Yeah. So as far as
so the Panthers are 1-4. So it's like.
Yeah.
What do you have
as well at this point? Let's see. So next we got. Oh, I also saw this. Sean Payton might be at the top of the list for the Carolina job.
I'm gonna say, like, why would he want to go there? Like,
no, I don't know why anybody would want to go there.
Like,
I think,
why would any top like candidate coach want to go to a rebuilding team when they have like the choice of anywhere to go? You know what I mean? It's a bit different, like when it's in the off season and like you have multiple options, whatever. Like, yeah, maybe that's a little bit different, but. Like, it's the beginning, not even, like, in the middle of the season. Like, why would I want to just accept the first job?
No, I think that's what they meant. Like, in the offseason, Sean Payton will be at the top of the list.
Oh, he'll be on the top of everyone's list, but he ain't going to go there. I don't think so.
I think they're saying the Saints have his rights until 2024, so the Saints would have to
he'd have to trade probably a first-round pick. Like,
yeah, and that's going to be unlikely.
I mean, it is unlikely, but it hasn't probably happened since, like...
It's been a while.
The 90s, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. The last one I can think of is that John Gruden. Didn't he get traded?
I think he did, yeah.
And then the one before that would have been, I can remember, the Ravens traded with the Dolphins for Don Shula.
Yes, sir.
I was like the only ones I know of.
The next big piece of news we had that came out yesterday was Falcons are trading linebacker Deion Jones to the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, see, that was a motherfucker's name I could not remember, and I told you, like, I saw tweets about him not wanting to play on the team anymore. It was, like, wanting to be traded. This is all the way back in, like, preseason. So this would have been, like, our episodes we were doing, like, probably before the season even started.
Oh, and you were asking about this guy? And you couldn't
Yeah, because I was trying to remember what his name was, because I couldn't remember his name. He's really good at Madden because of how fast he is.
He's a really good
but
linebacker.
I couldn't remember what the fuck his name was, though. But, yeah.
He's been on IR.
Where did he get traded, though?
To the
Browns,
Browns.
Right?
Yeah, the Browns. Yeah. Which I think will be a good fit. I mean, their defense is nice to begin with. They just need that like inside linebacker help to like, you know what I mean? They got the edge rushers. They got some pretty good cornerbacks.
Again, he's a veteran, so it's like he can probably help out with leadership too on the defense.
100%. As far as big news, I think that's all we got. Next, we got injuries. The biggest injury that, and I know this sounds bad to say, but I'm excited for. God, that sounds so bad. No, I'm not excited for the dude getting injured. Like, that sucks. But I'm excited on who's going to take the spot since he's injured because I'm a big fan of the backup. But Rashad Penny is out for the season. He broke his fibia, one of the two.
He's his tibia.
Tibia? Yeah, I think so. So he's out for the season, so that means it's Kenneth Walker season, baby. What's up? I've been saying to everybody, bro, draft Kenneth Walker, get Kenneth Walker. The dude's gonna be a stud. Like I got a good feeling about him. Yesterday he broke out like a 69-yard touchdown run, so you already get to see what's gonna happen with that.
Oh, sorry, it was his fibia. He fractured his fibia.
His fibia, okay.
Faces 4-month recovery.
4 months. And he's only on a 1-year deal, so that means he's either going to have to re-sign with the Seahawks or go somewhere, but this was kind of his prove-it year.
I think he might have kind of gotten fucked, honestly. Because Kenneth Walker just got drafted, right?
Yeah.
And if he shows out, then it's like they're just going to keep him. You already got him on a rookie deal. Why would I sign?
Yeah, 100%.
Unless he comes back at like a discount.
They might sign Penny, like you said, at like a discount to be a backup, but he's not. He won't be the starter in Seattle if Kenneth Walker comes out and does what I think he can do. But
or someone else takes a shot on him.
Yeah. But even then, it's going to be at a discounted price because he's been
hurt.
Been hurt this year. Been hurt before, so he's been dealing with injuries his whole career. Next up, we got. What am I missing? Is there anybody else? Or am I just so locked in on the Rashad Penny injury?
There was Tyreek Hill was in a walking boot.
Oh, Tyreek Hill in a walking boot.
What happened there?
Tyreek Hill was in a walking boot leaving the game. Apparently he got stepped on. We talked about the Baker Mayfield ankle sprain. Marcus Williams, the safety for the Ravens, is headed to injured reserve for a dislocated wrist. But they're saying it's not going to be season-ending. T. Higgins, Bengals wide receivers, day-to-day with a sprained ankle. Left tackle Jonah Williams sprained his MCL. They say those will be managed through the week. Teddy Bridgewater for the Dolphins went out first snap of the game yesterday with a concussion.
And elbow.
Chris Olave went out with a concussion. There was a lot of people that went out this week with a concussion. I don't know if it was just coincidence or the new concussion rule or exactly what happened, but it seemed like every notification I got during Sunday games where so-and-so went out with a concussion, not expected to return. So just a lot of stuff happened. Cornerback Emmanuel Mosley tore his ACL on Sunday and will have season-ending knee surgery for the 49ers, so that's going to be a loss there. I think that's all I got as far as injuries.
Garrett Bowles.
Garrett Bowles?
The left tackle for the Broncos.
What happened to him?
He's out for the year.
What did he do?
His leg. I think he broke his leg, I think he broke it and tore stuff.
That's gnarly.
And that would have been this Thursday's game.
That's gnarly.
Yep. Well, that's tough. Like, you lost Javonte Williams, now they lost their left tackle.
I mean, it's not like they were going to do much. They got Russell Wilson at quarter. Yo, I was talking to my dad yesterday. Yo, can we talk about how just the Seahawks have to be the most goated organization out there? They had to have known something we didn't. Because not only did they trade away Russell Wilson and get all this draft capital in return, they got 3 players in return. And then they got Geno Smith, their backup, just doing better than Russell fucking was. Like, that man's balling. Granted, they lost this week to the Saints, but that man's... He's not looking too bad.
Really good.
Yeah. I think that's all I got for injuries. You got any more?
The Rashawn Slater. That was a big one with his bicep, I think it was. He got the star left tackle for the Chargers. He's out.
Hadn't
I think
he
we
been
already
out
talked
for a
about
couple
Joey
weeks
Bosa,
already?
right?
Yeah. We talked about those last week. I think Rashawn Slater's been out for a couple weeks already.
I'm just going through the teams. Not bad, not bad. I forgot we talked about this. So today, what's today? The 10th? So yeah, so we got Xavier Howard was out. Tua was out, obviously. Tyreek Hill says he's questionable. Doesn't say anything more. Just says that he was in a walking boot after the game. Talked about Teddy.
I heard that.
Tyrion.
I heard that Tyreek got
Armstead was
stepped
out
on.
as well.
So
Yeah, he got stepped
I
on
don't know what that's
when-
how bad that is, or just
when someone threw a
precautionary.
pick, I think it was.
Yeah.
Mac Jones, it doesn't say anything, but he was out. That was his ankle still, I think, right?
Yeah.
Chris Olave, concussion. I think he's in concussion protocol.
Yeah. Hopefully he's back.
Um,
Yeah. I know you probably didn't see the play, but the play he got a concussion on, Nick.
yeah, Buddy slammed in the end zone. I saw that.
Yeah, they didn't rule it a touchdown, and then they ran back. They came back and gave him the touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like a touchdown. He
It
would
looked
have
like
caught
a
it.
touchdown. Yeah.
In my opinion, it's like for a touchdown in the end zone, all I have to do is just catch the ball for like a split second, and then it's a touchdown. Like,
Yeah, if you catch him, your feet are in the end zone, or you cross the plane, like that should be it. Once it crosses the plane, it's over with. You shouldn't have to survive the ground because technically it's already in the end zone.
Tremaine Johnson, it says he's considered day-to-day after suffering ankle injury for the Jets. There, that was a first-round pick. I'm just going for the teams here.
Yeah, you're good. I've been hearing a lot of rumors, Nick, or people talking about. They're trying to say that. Do we think that these new helmets are causing all these concussions?
No. I don't think it matters what helmet you wear.
Yeah,
Honestly.
I think it matters the turf, and I think too. Like, I feel like the way defensive players are tackling lately, like they're just slamming people to the ground. They're just being a lot more aggressive and physical, which I don't mind at all. But that's what's going to happen when you're doing that. You know what I mean? Because I know there was a couple people that I watched and they literally got tackled and like slammed to the ground and were just out instantly. You could just watch their head.
Yeah, like the one that you saw the one with Tom Brady. That was a roughing the passer. There was the same hit on Tua that caused the concussion on the Thursday game, but they didn't call that roughing the passer. So I was like, I think the refs got to start cracking down on unnecessary roughness. Like the whole spinning and like slamming people was so stupid to me.
Yeah, I agree.
Like that's literally the definition of roughing
the passer. Yeah.
Roughing the passer, roughing the play. Like you know what I mean? Like.
Yep, 100%.
Stuff like that should just be taken out of the game.
Excuse me.
Yeah, that's pretty much it for the injuries.
All right, let's go ahead and.
The only one I saw was just Julio Jones.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know what's wrong. It just
That
says
guy
he's
stays
playing the. It says his knee, and they're playing the long game with him and hoping he's good to go late in the season.
Okay.
He's only played one game, but I don't know. Whatever.
Let's move on to week 4. We're gonna break down Monday night's game.
It's gonna take 2 seconds.
Take 2 seconds. Rams against the 49ers. 49ers looked fucking tremendous against the Rams. They smoked
That
their
D
shit.
line was just destroying the O line.
Destroying the O line.
Matt Ryan was getting fucking wrecked.
Yeah.
Sorry, not Matt Stafford. I keep saying Matt Ryan.
You keep saying Matt Ryan. You okay? It's like the 4th time you said that today. I swear. Yeah. That.
I'm just thinking about how disappointed he's been this
No.
season.
It just stuck in your head. Yeah, the 49ers fucking put a hurt
pull
on
up
the
the stats for that
Rams.
game. Where is it? Week 4. How many sacks did they get on him? He was sacked 7 times, 1 interception. Like,
God
just...
damn. And that interception was a pick 6. Yeah.
just getting smoked.
Smoked. Absolutely smoked. Yeah, that one didn't take long to break down.
The 49ers only gave up 57 rushing yards. Like, just shut it the fuck down.
Rams
it was
rushing
literally
offense sucks anyways.
That is true, but yeah. Jimmy G didn't really do anything big, but he didn't really have to. He had a big pass to Deebo Samuel.
I'll tell you what, 49ers are looking really good. They're getting carried by their defense, which is okay. You know what I mean? Like, they don't necessarily have this star-studded... I mean, they have stars in the offense, but, like, their quarterback...
Man, if they could get, like... a good quarterback, or if what's his name could turn out.
Trey Lance.
Trey Lance. If he can turn out to be a good quarterback, that team could be really nasty. For years to come. Like,
and they've been nasty already
defense,
for years, so it's like
that's what I'm saying. Like that defense is good to go. They got Deebo Samuel still. They got Elijah Mitchell. They somehow always seem to find running backs. Like,
yeah,
Mitchell.
Tevin Coleman came back and fucking went crazy this week. Like,
what's the other guy's name? That's the backup too.
Jeff Wilson.
Jeff Wilson, yes, he's really good too. It seems like.
Well, you know why they get all these running
backs?
backs?
Even that guy that they cut last year too, wasn't he really good
Trey
too?
Sermon, yeah,
yeah.
You want to know why they get all these running backs, Nick? Because I swear every year they draft 2 running backs. Last year they drafted Elijah Mitchell and Trey Sermon. We saw how Elijah Mitchell panned out. Trey Sermon they cut at the beginning of this year. This year they drafted. Tyrion Davis Price is his name. We haven't really seen. He's been injured. And then they drafted another dude, Jordan Mason. That's another rookie. So this year they drafted 2 more running backs. So they just love like having depth at running back because I swear every year, bro, we're constantly hearing about the 49ers have a running back injury. Like I remember, what was it, last year, a couple years ago, Raheem Mostert was the guy and then he got injured and then here comes Elijah Mitchell, and you know what I mean? The 49ers always have an injury at running back, so I feel like that's why they keep just drafting them over and over and over again.
Well, I think Raheem Mostert's been injured, the last 3?
Yeah.
3 years, 2 years, whatever it was, and Elijah Mitchell's even been hurt the last 2 years now.
I don't know what it is about their running backs. They just seem to
I don't know, their running backs Did they play on turf?
They might. Maybe that's what it is.
Because I feel like whenever teams play on turf, like those lower body injuries are crazy.
It happen all the time, yeah. Next, we're going to break down Week 5. We're starting it off with the Thursday night game. The Colts at the Broncos, an absolute fucking snooze fest. I can't believe I pretty much watched this whole game. It went all the way to fucking overtime and still no touchdown scored. The Broncos just look horrendous. The Colts look horrendous. Like, this is just... I tell you what, like, I know looking at the beginning of this season, you look at these Thursday night games and these primetime games that they have scheduled, and it's like, yeah, those are going to be good games. But something I think the NFL needs to start doing is once you get through about 2, 3, 4 weeks of games, and you're like, okay, these teams aren't looking too hot, let me put them into a Sunday... Yeah, let me put them into a Sunday slate and switch out, let's say, I don't know, like if we did it this week, you could switch it out and say, all right, we'll do Eagles-Cardinals on Thursday night instead of Colts-Broncos. Like, even the fucking Bengals-Ravens, granted, I know that was a Sunday night prime time. Yeah, we could have kept that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you need to start putting teams... You could have done fucking Chargers-Browns on Thursday night. That would have been better to fucking watch than the Colts-Broncos. Like, I'm just so tired of, like... Every week, it seems like we have 2 out of the 3 primetime games are just absolutely duds and just ugly to watch.
Thursday night games have been terrible this season.
Yeah, like, I'm going to go back real quick. I don't want to take a whole lot of time on it, but we had Bills at the Rams. That was a fucking blowout. Granted, beginning of the season, we thought that was going to be a great game. We had Chargers-Chiefs. That one worked out good, but if you look at the primetime games, you have Bears-Packers at Sunday night. Monday night, you had the Titans and the Bills. That was a fucking blowout. We saw that coming, too. Eagles-Vikings, I expected to be a little bit better, but Week 1, what were the primetime games?
Bucks, so real
Cowboys,
quick, going back about
Broncos, Seahawks,
the 49ers, right? And how they have injuries and stuff?
Yeah.
So, who plays in the division, right? The Cardinals, right?
Cardinals.
The NFC West?
Yeah. Cardinals,
so the Cardinals
Panthers,
have grass,
Saints.
right?
Yeah.
Who else is in the West? Isn't the Rams?
Rams, yeah. Rams.
So the Rams,
Seattle.
Turf, right? So they have turf. So that's one grass, one turf. Then you have the 49ers. They play on grass. And then Seahawks, they play on turf. So they have 2 turf teams in their division and 2 grass teams.
Gotcha.
So it's like 2, what is that? 2 times out of the year you're playing on turf guaranteed.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know if that's where the injuries are happening, but...
Yeah, and I don't know like what the percentage is on like the teams.
But I just know that
how many are
players
turf,
hate.
how many are grass, but
That's what I'm saying. Like, I know a lot of players talk about how terrible it is to play on turf,
oh,
and that they don't want to play on turf.
Yeah,
anymore.
OBJ was tweeting out about how turf should not be a thing anymore, and it should always be grass.
Yeah, I think every player literally has the same opinion.
Yeah, because turf is that artificialness of the turf just causes those lower body leg injuries like over and over, dude. It seems like every week we're getting one. And I'd be interested to see like I'd be interested to see the splits, like the percentages is when somebody tears an ACL, is it on turf or grass? I'm willing to bet you it's like 75-25 turf to grass. You know what I mean?
Looking at the Wikipedia, it says that the Bills play on turf, and then so the Bills play on turf. Why is this not? What is going on? So the Bills play on turf. Who is this? The Carolina Panthers play on turf. The Lions play on turf. The Patriots play on turf. The Falcons play on turf. Seahawks, Saints, Chargers, Rams, Texans, Cowboys. Like a lot of teams. Like
yeah.
How many were at? Like, and they got the Vikings, Bengals, Jets. Like probably what is that? Half and half, maybe.
Yeah. And I'm willing to bet most of the leg injuries happen on the turf games than the grass games. But Colts Broncos, ugly game. I'm so tired of watching these two teams.
No touchdown.
Yeah, no touchdown. I don't even want to say anything about them.
Before we even get to the next game, I'm pretty sure the next Thursday night game is like Washington and. Sorry, who is it? It's Washington and Bears. Can't win.
Nice, another shit show. Yeah. So they just need to do something about that. Next,
really wish, just speaking real quick, I really wish, because speaking for next week, it's Commanders Bears, and we have the Bills and Chiefs as I think that's a 4 o'clock game.
Like, yeah, why would you not switch that? Why?
Can we please flex a fucking game?
I know they do that later in the season, but they need to start doing it earlier, dude. Like, the shit is ridiculous.
Did you see what the stat about Amazon paying like all that money, and it's like 50? I think it's like something like crazy, like 20 million or something like that for that game to be played.
I saw this funny ass tweet, bro. Somebody tweeted out, we should be getting a free monthly subscription to Amazon Prime for having to watch this fucking overtime with no touchdowns, like in this game in general.
What the fuck, man? What a terrible game.
Just an ugly game. Next we probably have probably the biggest upset of the week, to be honest. The Giants at the Packers in London. Early ass game. Back-to-back weeks, I have woken up to watch these London games. Super surprised on my end.
Saquon Barkley is just going dummy, man.
Yeah, he is a dog.
This guy is running all over through people. Like, he is fucking showing up and proving all the doubters wrong.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, I doubted him. I didn't think he was gonna be good.
Dude, I drafted Javonte Williams in a fantasy draft 1 pick before Saquon Barkley. Like, trust me, I'm hurting. I'm mad. And that's in that same fucking league that fucking I got no running back. So it's like, I'm so mad at myself for not just taking a chance. But nobody knows that the last 2 years he's been injured like a motherfucker. You're not going to expect him to come out and be healthy again. And I mean, I know it's still early in the season, but right now, if he keeps on this pace, the dude is killing it. But
I'm just gonna say too, the Giants receiving core was fucked, man. I don't know if you saw it. It was like Darius Slayton. I don't know who this guy is. Richie James, Stills, Marcus Johnson. Like, I think it's David Stills.
They're missing Kadarius Toney. They're missing Rondell Robinson.
Like,
Kenny Golladay has a knee injury. Sterling Shepard's out for the season. Like.
Yeah, like they were out there putting up points and going toe-to-toe with the Packers with literally nobody. Like...
Yeah, I'm starting to... Here's my question, Nick. Are the Packers contenders or are they pretenders?
I think they're pretenders, honestly. Like,
they lost to the Vikings.
Their defense seems like okay, but man...
It just seems inconsistent.
Yeah, like their defense is like, eh... And then their offense, like, sometimes they're on, sometimes they're not. Like, Christian Watson hasn't had
He went out with an injury again that game.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's not starting off good. Randall Cobb literally led this game with 99 yards, and that guy's, like, how old now?
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's just...
Something to keep an eye on in the weeks. Something to keep an eye on. Something's
not right with Aaron and the offense and this team right now because they're 3-2, and I don't even though like the NFC is weak, I don't think they're gonna go that far. Just being honest, you know what I mean?
Yeah, not if the Vikings keep winning like they are.
Yeah, because like the Vikings are gonna win the division.
Yeah,
we're the Vikings.
Vikings are 4-1. They're 4-1.
Yeah, so
it's like you have to keep on pace with the Vikings to win the division, and if not, you still have all those NFC West teams and East teams that are going to be fighting for the wild card. So they need to get it together and get it together quick because they're going to start. The other teams are going to start pulling away from the pack because we have the NFC East with the Eagles at 5-0, Cowboys at 4-1, Giants at 4-1. That's 3 teams. Only one of those can win the division. You have all those NFC West teams that are always competitive. Seahawks are 2-3, Falcons are 2-3, the Rams are 2-3, the 49ers are 3-2. So it's like all those teams are going to be competitive. Plus the miscellaneous teams you have here and there in the South and the North. But yeah, they just need to figure it out quick. I think right now they're looking like some pretenders. No offense to the Giants because they played their fucking hearts out. They played a great game. They beat a good team. But we expected the Packers to do more because the Packers are the Packers. They always normally figure out a way to win. And you got the reigning MVP. Like, there's no reason you should be losing to the Giants. But with that being said, on the other side of the ball, the Giants are proving me wrong. I'm sure they're probably proving you wrong. Because I don't think we had them like. I think they're proving
Giant fans wrong. Yeah. Like, who thought they were going to be 4-1?
Nobody did.
If you're a Giants fan and you looked me dead in the face and said we're going fucking 4-1,
with Daniel Jones leading us at quarterback, like no
and
shot.
And Saquon Barkley being like a top rusher, like come on.
Yeah, come on. What fantasy world are you living in?
Yeah, like no one thought that. Nah, so it's like this is definitely one of those teams that came out of are shocking people kind of. Like there's always those teams that just are surprising, like come out of nowhere.
You normally have a couple every year, yeah. 100%.
And I'm pretty sure we even said. I'm sure we stated that in our team ranking videos about like how teams just sometimes rise the rankings out of nowhere. Like,
yep. I mean, we saw it last year with the fucking Bengals. They went all the way to the Super Bowl. Now, I'm not saying the Giants are going to the Super Bowl, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, they just seem like a good team right now.
Yeah, no.
They're finding ways to win, and that's what good coaching does for you.
Yeah, and I was about to say, I think it all revolves around Brian Daboll, and that man is doing something special with this team. Did you see how hype he was after the win when he was walking into the tunnel?
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Man loves the wild card, though. Shut up. He does,
yeah. Next, we got Steelers at the Bills.
This was a rough game.
This was a very rough game. It started off with a 98-yard touchdown.
This is one of the few games I saw the highlights for.
Yeah.
And my award.
Kenny
Pickett was getting thrown around. There was like one... I'm not going to lie. The Bills, honestly, to me, seem like they're kind of like going after the quarterback a little bit too hard. Because there's that one with Tua where there was a late hit. They shoved him. He falls back. He hits his head. And then there's that one where Kenny Pickett was running and he slides and the buddy dives at his head.
Did you see the one too where he dove at his fucking legs and his leg like bent backwards? Kenny Pickett got up and knocked him the fuck out. Like, yeah, no, they're being a little dirty for sure. They've had some hits that are questionable.
That's what I'm saying. It's like stuff like that like should not belong in the fucking game. Like those are automatic ejections in my opinion. It's like. Just diving at someone's legs. Like,
I'm all about being physical, but don't try to fucking hurt the guy. Like, let the guy play.
That's what I'm saying.
You ain't got to go that far. You're up 31-3 at that point, I think it was. Like, no need to be fucking going after the quarterback like that. Like, the game's over, man. Steelers are 1-4. It's looking like Mike Tomlin's going to have his first losing season.
I think so. At the same time, I'm not gonna blame the guy. It's like it's gonna happen. I see people saying like he needs to be fired, whatever. It's like it's one season. Like it is what it is. He's playing a rookie quarterback. I'm pretty sure at this point you're just gonna stick it out and hope for the best.
Try to progress.
At the end of the day, it's like it is what it is. Like
it's Mike Tomlin, guys. Like why are we talking about firing Mike Tomlin? He's one of the greatest.
He lost fucking T.J. Watt for the year. He tried to sign Mitchell Trubisky. It didn't work out. He's got a rookie quarterback playing him now. Like, it's just not everything's gonna go right sometimes.
No, 100%. Bills dominated again. This is what you want to see from a good team. You want to see them smoke teams that they should be smoking. You know what I mean? Like if they come out and struggle,
Josh Allen MVP, man.
Yeah,
I'm telling you,
if they come out and struggle against the Steelers, in my opinion, like I know it's NFL and everybody has their own day, but that's just a sign, in my opinion, of a team that just is not all there. But I mean, they win dominantly.
I think Josh Allen's definitely putting himself in the top MVP candidate after the games like these. You know what I mean?
I think after this
he
game,
had like, what is it?
He had like 300 yards in the first half.
424 yards, yeah.
Yeah.
4 touchdowns, like.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, he also led their team in rushing again. Well, tied for the, I guess, 42 yards with 8.4 attempts.
I think here's my quick little thing about the MVP race right now. I think, in my opinion, it was like if you were to put them in a list where I had them personally, I would have said Josh Allen, Lamar tied, and then I would have said like Jalen Hurts maybe like third or fourth, and then nobody else was really like sticking out of my mind at that moment. Like, yeah, we had Tua was having those couple good weeks, but dealing with the concussion and things like that. Yeah, so it's like you take him out of that conversation for now. Nobody else has really been up there, in my opinion, at the moment. So I think after this week, though, I think it finally starts to... Because I think Lamar's had a couple weeks that are kind of iffy the past 2 weeks. So now I would probably put it Josh Allen leading the race, and then now maybe Jalen Hurts and Lamar tied, or even maybe Hurts over Lamar a little bit. But it's still early season. We got a lot to go. But like you said, after games like this, you definitely have Josh Allen leading the MVP race.
Just real quick, so the betting site I use, BetMGM, they got Josh Allen at $2.75, so he's the ultimate favorite.
Yeah.
Behind him is Pat Mahomes at $5.50.
I forgot about
Lamar.
Pat Mahomes.
Lamar now is dropped to third. He's at $6.50. Jalen Hurts is at $6.50 as well, so they're tied.
Yeah, well.
Justin Herbert at 13. Like, that's pretty much what is at the top. 4 and 5 right there. And then that's where it literally falls off, because now you got Aaron Rodgers at $34, Joe Burrow at $34.
So,
and then Kyler Murray and Derek Carr tied.
My prediction was pretty much right. I forgot about Pat Mahomes. I don't know how I forgot about Pat Mahomes. But
Pat Mahomes was my prediction. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You had Josh Allen. You had Lamar. I had Pat Mahomes, and then I had Tua.
No. I mean, like, when I was listing, like, who I think was in the MVP race, I forgot about Pat Mahomes. But, I mean, that's pretty much how I had it set, right? Hurts and Lamar tied, Josh Allen leading, and then you would have put Pat Mahomes in between those two, I would have. But, yeah, so, I mean, that's how the MVP race is shaping up right now. I agree with those odds, to be honest. But Josh Allen continue to kill it. Next, we got the Chargers at the Browns. This
came down to a field goal. I saw this one, too. This one came down to a field goal. He missed it. That's a fucking bummer.
Yeah, this was a pretty good game.
I was like, fuck. So I'm pretty sure we took the Browns. Where are we?
I think we did, because we're so out.
Yeah, we both took the Browns.
West, yeah.
So we took the Broncos. The Broncos lost to the Colts. We took the Packers. They lost to the Giants, and then we took the Bills. So it wasn't a good start for us, and we took the Browns here.
I will say, and I know y'all I sound like a broken record at this point, and I know I keep touching on it every episode, but the Browns are staying competitive, and if they can just keep squeaking out a couple wins here or there, they could be in the playoff contention when Watson comes back. Because right now it looks like
I think he can practice now, or come back at least. He can at least be in the building, I think.
Yeah. Because if you watch these games, like, Jacoby's doing great, don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. But
their run game's going dummy.
Their run game is going dummy. Jesus. So if you combine that with a quarterback that's better than Jacoby Brissett, that's just asking for success, in my opinion. Like, Jacoby Brissett's just missing some throws here and there that are just too close for comfort, throwing a pick here and there. Like, I think you get a better quarterback, there's no reason they wouldn't be 5-0 right now, in my opinion. And I'm not saying just Watson.
This game too.
Yeah, and I'm not just saying Watson. I'm talking about if you plugged in any better quarterback than Jacoby Brissett right there, like, they're 5-0. Because they've had 2 close losses, or 3 close losses. They lost to the Falcons by a couple points, lost to the Jets by 1 point, lost to the Chargers by fucking 2 points. So, I mean, they're contending. Yeah, Austin Eckler, you said, had a great day. Fantasy managers were probably fucking hurting the first 3 weeks, but the past 2 weeks, the dude's been killing it. Nick Chubb had himself a day. The Browns' run game is just immaculate. Chargers are starting to get it together again. They're looking a little bit better. Not completely back on the Chargers hype train yet, but yeah, no, they're looking a lot better right now. Nick, you got anything else on that game?
For the Chargers Browns, absolutely not.
Okay. Next, okay, this actually.
Wait, do you know how long that field goal was?
I think it was like a 59-yarder or something like that. It was something deep like that. It wasn't no easy one.
It was
53. 53, okay. And the kicker for the Browns has been... No, absolutely doable. The kicker for the Browns has been hitting shit like that all year. So, I mean, it's just unfortunate he missed that at the end. Next...
Yeah, we can move on to this
We
one.
probably have another upset of the week. Maybe not bigger than the Giants over the Packers, but the Texans beat the Jaguars. I think this continues the streak of the Texans smoking the Jaguars. I don't know exactly what the streak was, but I think I heard it somewhere.
Do you watch NFL Network?
Sometimes.
And you know how they do that segment like the angry runs?
Yeah.
I already know right then and there Dameon Pierce is gonna be on.
Oh,
because
that run,
that man ran over like 2 people, ran through like a tackle, then went into the fucking end zone. I'm like, there's no way.
Bro, I thought he was going in, and then he got stopped at the 1.
It was like right at the 1. I was like, man,
bro.
like this guy. And then I think the next play he got it in anyway. Yeah. But I was like, man, this guy just literally like went dummy. Like that was insane to watch that.
I tell you one thing, if you're a Texans fan, and I am somewhat, you have 2 things that you need to be excited for. Dameon Pierce, number 1, and like unanimously number 1. That guy is killing it the last 2-3 weeks. He's exciting to watch.
And a high draft pick?
Okay, maybe 3 things. A high draft pick. Third thing, and I know some people might say different, but out of the 5 games they've played, their defense has not been that bad, man. Like, the beginning of the year, they only gave up 20 points to the Colts, and it was in the last 4th quarter. Like, this game, they only gave up 6 points to the Jags. Like, their defense is keeping them in games. So, I mean, if we draft a quarterback next year and maybe add a couple more pieces, get some more weapons, upgrade the O-line a little bit more, they can maybe be in contention to be back into a competitive team and not like a shit show anymore. You know what I mean? But it's still early. But a couple things to be excited for. I'm excited. Texans got a dub. Can't believe I said that, but hey, we're 1-3-1, baby. We ain't got no more zeros on the board. But you need to keep on losing so we can get the first draft pick. Anyways, Texans, Jags.
You guys are 13th in points per game at 19.8.
Yeah, and I mean, think about it, Nick. That's not bad for a team that can't fucking score on offense. Because normally a team that can't score on offense, their fucking defense starts to struggle and give up more points, and then it just looks bad. But their defense is keeping them in there.
Yep.
So, something to be excited for. Jags kind of came back down to earth. We know they had those 2 weeks where they beat the Colts, and I forgot the other team it was that they beat, but
Chargers,
yeah, that's right. We all thought that the Jags were the team, and I mean, I still think they have a pretty good team. It's a division matchup. They know each other like the back of their hands. But 2-3, Trevor Lawrence needs to get it back on track. Dude fumbles the ball way too much. I don't know how many fumbles he had this game, but I know he had fucking 4 or 5 against the Chargers. So a dude needs to just hang on to the ball.
4 or 5
against the Chargers. Yeah, he had like.
Are you kidding me?
It might have been the Chargers or the Eagles. One of them. Yeah, one of them he fucking fumbled the ball like 5 times.
They won like 40 to something that week.
Not the Chargers, the Eagles then. It was the Eagles. My fault.
I was going to say.
I was thinking.
There's no way he fumbled that
No. Because I knew it happened last week, and I thought for some reason I was thinking the Chargers, they played the Chargers last week, but they played the Eagles last week.
He had 4 fumbles against the Eagles, and they still lost 29-21.
Yeah. So he just needs to tighten it up. No more turnovers. They got a decent little team. They'll figure it out, I think. I don't think they're going to make the fucking Super Bowl, but they look like they're getting there.
He didn't have any fumbles this game, though. He had two interceptions.
Two interceptions, yeah. So just struggling to keep the ball on the offensive side of the ball. But congrats to the Texans. Next, we got the Bears at the Vikings. Vikings squeaked this one out at the end. I know you were probably at the wedding during this one, Nick.
All I'm going to say is I'm at a wedding, and I checked my ESPN fantasy team. I checked my Yahoo fantasy team. I see already, like, Justin Jefferson's got, like, 20 points. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I look at the clock, and it's like,
bro.
It was like the first quarter. I'm like, what the hell? This guy's just going, like, dummy.
And then he went quiet the rest of the game. Yeah.
Because I saw a stat saying he was on pace for, like, 300 yards. And he's only in the first quarter or something like that.
Yeah. He had, like, 100. What? I think it was like 127 receiving yards in the first quarter or some crazy number like that. And then he only ended the game with like 157. So like I don't know if they locked him down. I don't know if they just started throwing somewhere else. He started getting double teamed or what, but he started to be quiet at the end of the game. I would have liked a touchdown or two out of him, being I have him on a fantasy team, but that's besides the point.
13 targets, 12 receptions, 154, like 12.8 a catch. Like, man,
I think he's probably leading the league in receiving yards now. After that game, because I know Tyreek was. Tyreek was number 1, but Tyreek had a little off week, and then Jefferson was like 5. So I think he probably pulled close to it. But Vikings, Bears, we pretty much knew the Vikings were gonna win. Didn't expect it to be this close.
The top 5. Justin Jefferson at 547, Cooper Kupp at 527, Tyreek's at 524, Diggs at 508, and then AJ Brown at 436.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Still pretty close.
Yeah, no, still close. Yeah, like I said, it went back and forth. Tyreek was number 1, and then Jefferson took it over. But at the end of this game, so like Nick was saying, he was at a wedding, so he wasn't able to watch much football this week, so he's going to just like, he'll say what he knows and what he saw, you know what I mean? But I
saw a few here and there.
At the end of this game, Nick, the Bears had the ball with 2 minutes left, driving down the field.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody catches the ball, gains about 10 yards. You know what this motherfucker starts to do? He starts to do that little shimmy shake back and forth, trying to gain an extra 2 yards instead of just going out of bounds.
Oh, and didn't he truck the dude or something? And then the dude ripped it out, right?
He juked the dude, and then the dude comes behind him and rips it out because the dude's trying too hard.
Said, fuck you.
Yeah. The dude's trying too hard for fucking 2 extra fucking yards instead of just going out of bounds, stopping the clock, taking the 12-yard gain. Instead, he wants 14 yards. Like, that is the reason why the Bears are the Bears right now. Like, just little mistakes like that. You got to catch the ball, get out of bounds. You're in a fucking 2-minute mode. Like, stop trying to fight for 2 more yards. You got 4 defenders around you. You're not going to gain 2 more. You know what I mean? You're not going to gain much. Just go down. You just cost your team the comeback. Low key. But Vikings had a day, 4-1. Dalvin Cook was on fire. Jefferson was on fire. Kirk Cousins started out the game 13 for 13 or some crazy stat like that. I think it was close. Towards the end, Vikings kind of took the gas pedal off. But, yeah, that's how we saw this going. Vikings leading the NFC North. The next game, this is not how we saw this one going.
Number 1 offense got absolutely fucking...
Number 1 offense put a fucking dud on the board, brother. What is that? Against the Patriots. The Bailey Zapp-led Patriots. Fucking rookie quarterback, 3rd string, gets his first dub. Just absolutely dotting up the defense. Granted, worst defense in the league, but hey.
If I'm even watching, I'm just going to assume that Bill Belichick had Bailey Zapp, whatever his name is, sorry. Just like absolutely just like dinking and dunking probably.
I didn't see much of this game because fuck this game. I just hate Patriots and, Lions. But, yeah, I didn't see much of this game, so I really don't know if they were just shooting down the field or if it was dink and dunk and run after the catch. But I think it's something that needs to be said, in my opinion, and you can look at it this week. You can look at what happened last week with the Packers. Bill Belichick does something when it comes to whether it's him or his son or defense coordinator, whatever. something happens in his game planning to where these teams that are good, that they should be getting smoked by, they somehow keep it close or end up winning. Like, you would have thought the Lions would have put up fucking 35 points against the Patriots. They put up 0 points. You would have thought the Packers would have easily beat the Patriots. Patriots almost won that. You know what I mean? They lost in overtime and a field goal. Like, they're just doing something in New England that is just, they're game planning really well to stop these offenses that are predominantly known to be pretty good, at least this year. So that's something to just shout out Bill.
I think that's what Bill's always been known for, though.
No, 100%.
Always taking away your number one target and always making you have to beat him with someone else.
And I just don't think that's talked about enough.
The way they do it, though, is so, like, weird. Like how you were saying, like, these teams should be putting up, like, ridiculous numbers and, like, they don't do anything. And it's like, how?
Yeah.
Like, how are you that fucking, like, good at game planning and, like how is your defense always just able to suffocate teams? Like, it just doesn't make sense.
I don't get it. And especially, like, I know we predicted the Lions to win this game, but even then, you would have never predicted the number one scoring offense the way the Lions have been playing and scoring.
I would love to see something about how, like, his stats, I don't know, like, how it even found it, but, like, how many times, like, Bill Belichick in his career as a Patriots coach been, like, blown out. Because I feel like it's got to be, like,
rare.
Very few.
Very few.
Because, like, there's very few times where, like, it's, like, 60 to fucking 20 or, like, 40 to 10. Like,
and we predict that all the time. Like, we would have thought the Packers would have blown them out. We would have thought the Lions would have put up fucking 40 on their forehead the way they've been scoring the ball. And it just doesn't happen. Like you said, he just, I guess, takes away the number one option. I don't know. It's just crazy.
Looking at the stats real quick for the Patriots, it seems like it was like a running day. 25 attempts for Stevenson. He had 161 yards. Zapp only threw the ball 21 times.
Okay.
For 188 yards, whereas Jared Goff was throwing it 35 times.
That's crazy. Yeah, from what I saw, I don't think the Lions got Jamal Williams involved enough. They didn't get TJ Hawkinson involved enough. I know Amon-Ra St. Brown played, but he was a little quiet. Granted, I think that's more of on Bill Belichick taking away their number one guy, but you would have thought in that situation other dudes would have produced, but just nobody produced. I
mean, Josh Reynolds had some catches, but
yeah, he had a bit.
At the end of the day, they didn't even have any touchdowns, any points at all. So.
No, 100%.
They got it locked out.
Next, we got the Seahawks at the Saints. Who did we pick for this? We picked the Seahawks or the Saints?
The Saints.
We picked the Saints. Okay, yeah. This was another close game. Came down to the wire.
For these games so far, our only predictions right were the Bills, the Vikings, and the Saints.
Okay, so we've been off on everything. Nice.
Yep. I think this week we could either go 8-8 or 9-8.
Still not bad. But
if the Chiefs win tonight, we go 9-8. Yeah. If they lose, we go
8-8. So Seahawks Saints. I will say I just did not expect the Seahawks to be putting up 30 points a game. Like, last week, They put up 48 against the Lions. This week, they put up 32. Like, I know we talked about it before the show, or maybe at the beginning. Geno Smith is cooking. Their run game seems to be pretty decent. I know Rashad Penny had the injury or whatever. And the Saints are normally known to be... I know we talked
about it last week, for sure, about Geno, and saying that if he could be consistent, and, like, he's got DK Metcalf. He's got Tyler Lockett, like, he's got weapons, so it's just about him being a bit consistent.
And it's looking like he is so far. I mean, they're putting up points. And
like, we've seen it before, like, guys get hot and then, like, they'll fall off. So it's like, if he can just keep going, like, and I'm not saying he needs to put up, like, crazy numbers every week, but, like, just be halfway decent. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'm surprised by the Seahawks, truthfully. I know they're 2-3. This is a close game that they could have easily won, but I'm just surprised that they're staying this competitive.
They're looking better than what we thought they were.
Oh, 100%. Saints, they needed to win this game. You don't want to start off 1-4.
Hill went fucking dummy.
Dude, 3 touchdowns, a passing touchdown, fucking 111 rushing yards. Like, dude went absolutely crazy as a utility guy. Like, that's what you want to see more out of the fucking Saints. Because if you have a guy like that on your team that you know can do everything and change the game and change your offense, like, and you're struggling at the quarterback position with Andy Dalton, Yeah, that's what the fuck you need to do because holy shit, what a day out of Taysom.
4 touchdowns in total. And on top of that, Alvin Kamara still had 103 yards.
Yeah, that's fucking
So they were
nuts.
just both running the ball like crazy.
Yeah.
Like he only had ran the ball 9 times too.
Who?
Taysom Hill.
Yeah, dude. Every single bro, I shit you not. One play he ran it in from a 20-yard line. Another play was ran it in from like a 10-yard line.
He was breaking tackles and stuff and running.
Yeah, there was one. There was a 4th and 1 from like the 50 or the 40, and the dude runs it all the way in for a touchdown. Like the dude was just killing it. What was his fucking yards per carry?
I think it was like 12 something.
Yeah, see, fucking ridiculous.
12.4, yeah. 9 attempts, 12.4, 112 yards, whereas Kamara had 23 attempts, 103 yards, 4.5.
That's nuts. So they were just running the fuck out of the ball. Yeah, I think the only downfall will be the Seahawks defense because their offense is being competent. They're putting up points.
Boys out.
Yeah, but their defense is struggling.
Bobby Wagner in the offseason.
Yep.
Like, just tough.
Moving on to the Dolphins and the Jets. I know Nick probably doesn't want to talk about this one too much, but I'll just throw a few things out there. Dolphins lost Teddy B on the first play of the game, like we talked about, concussion, elbow injury. It was close for a bit, and then the second half, like the Jets just started running the ball, and Brees Hall
I think going to the fourth
off.
quarter, it was like 19-17.
Yeah, it was pretty close. They got the score is kind of inflated because at the end they had a couple like big plays.
The thing is, like I saw the highlights, they had an interception like right on their own right on their own side of the field that got like put them in pretty much good field position. I think they scored. Then he fucking fumbled the ball. That Skylar Thompson, the quarterback for the Dolphins, he fumbled it. They scored again. It was just like basically like pooping in their pants, self-destruct. Like,
yeah, I will say one thing or a couple things on this game, in my opinion. The Dolphins, and I said this last week with the Dolphins-Bengals game. The Dolphins were coming in with Teddy B under center, which I think in their minds they think, okay, we got a chance to win this, right? Like we're looking fine. Teddy B is a good quarterback. And then when first drive of the game, he comes out of the game. Then your 6th, 7th round draft pick, Skylar Thompson, comes in. No experience at all. Like you just kind of feel demoralized as a team. And I feel like that causes the team as a whole to kind of play at a lesser value. Nothing against the Jets. They played good. They ran the ball good. But I think they also took advantage of a couple of turnovers and just bad play on the offensive side of the ball from the quarterback that, again, has no experience. I know we've said before that it's the NFL. Injuries happen. It's got to be the next guy up. But I think it's a little different at the quarterback position when you have this guy that is already taken over from an injury and then he gets injured, and then you have another guy that has no experience, fucking rookie. You know what I mean? Like, I think that changes the game a little bit. Don't get me wrong. Again, still got to step up and play, but I think it just changes the way the game's played at that point. But
I'm sure there's going to be people jumping off the Dolphins bandwagon, but
I'm sure.
At the end of the day, it's like you get Tua back, you're 3-2. Like, the season's still not over yet.
Nah, they're chilling. I think they'll be fine. They still got a good team. They just need one of their quarterbacks back, whether it's Teddy B or Tua. You'd prefer Tua, right? But if Teddy can get back, that helps tremendously over Skylar Thompson. And I'm not saying Skylar Thompson's going to be a bad quarterback. We just don't know yet. That was his first fucking
He's only
game.
a 7th-round pick. Like,
yeah.
If you're expecting a 7th-round pick to be Tom Brady, then, like, you're tripping. Mm-hmm. Like, it is what it is at the end of the day. Props to the Jets. They won. It is what it is. Like,
yeah, I want to see this matchup again with two teams that... And I know Jets are dealing with injuries too. Their O-line is fucked at injury. But I want to see this game again later in the year when Dolphins have their quarterback back and maybe Jets are a little bit healthier too because we'll see what happens. Moving on next.
Just real quick, I think injuries matter, but like you said, like when it comes to the quarterback position, it's pretty much doomed. Like
I just think it changes the morale of the team, like the way they play.
Not only that, it's just like the level of talent between a top quarterback versus a backup is like so significant.
Yeah.
If you think right now, if you're gonna tell me that the Bills' offense is gonna be the exact same with Josh Allen out, then you're fucking dead wrong. They have no run game. He literally leads the like team probably in rushing. If not, he's like right there because every game I watch him, he's pretty much running the ball pretty much only.
Yeah.
Right? Like, there's just no way these teams out here are gonna win without a top quarterback. So it's like if you think that like a third round or a third depth chart quarterback's gonna come in and win the game, like
yeah, and very few teams out there have a backup quarterback that they can put
that's
in
even
place.
Capable, like
yeah, like much less having Teddy B as your backup. Like that's a really good situation, but most teams' second string is just fucked. So yeah, no, 100%.
And then once you have to go to the third string, like
once you go to the third
shit.
string, holy shit, yeah,
like,
it's just
you might as well just throw the water boy in and that's it.
Yeah. So tough for the Dolphins. Shitty day.
But again, no disrespect to the Jets, they put up 40 bomb. Like it is what it is.
Yeah. Because again, like we said with the Bills game, the defense still has to fucking stop them from scoring, and they didn't. But anyways, moving on to the Falcons and the Bucks. The Bucks were like struggling to. It's an all year thing with the Bucks, right? They've struggled to put points on the board. They can't get touchdowns. It seems like. I think the game was like 14-0 for a bit, 16-0, something like that.
What if Fournette had himself a day?
Yeah, he did. And then Falcons came in at the end and started to do the Falcons thing where they come back late and it's never enough time because they get started way too late. But I know this game was kind of decided on that roughing the passer call on Tom Brady that a lot of people tried to say wasn't a roughing the passer. I didn't really see it. I didn't know the situation fully, so I'm not even going to talk on that. But with that being said, you can't rely on one fucking call for your team. You had fucking 4 quarters to play.
Anyone that says refs are in the game for them is just bullshit.
Yeah,
you're just making excuses at that point.
You had 4 quarters to play, and you didn't show up till the third or the fourth quarter. Like,
unless you were the New Orleans Saints and you talk about like a pass interference called at the end of the game, then yeah, you can have that argument. But like when it's literally in the middle of the game and you're like, oh, that was a holding call, they didn't call it, like that's why we lost. Like, no, you lost because you just didn't put up enough points. Like,
yeah, I think the Falcons are struggling. They got a lot of.
I mean, Marcus Mariota threw the ball 25 times, like 100 and something yards.
Yeah, I was literally going to get to that. Like, I don't think Marcus Mariota is going to be the guy. Granted, their next quarterback in line is the rookie Desmond Ridder, so I'm not saying they move on to that guy, but
hey,
this is what we expected out of the Falcons, a rebuilding. You know what I mean?
Hey. Don't say that because look what the fucking Steelers just did. Maybe the Falcons are looking over and saying, hey, what the fuck do we got to lose? We're, 2-3? Like,
yeah. And I
Tom
think
Brady's not winning. Like, it's not like Tom Brady's not going to win a division. Like, what the fuck do we got to lose? Like,
no, I agree. I think at some point they'll give Ritter a chance. We just don't know when that is. Moving on, we got the Titans and the Commanders. I'm just gonna say it again. Sucks I had to play.
Real quick. We just got some news.
We got some news. Lay it on me.
It just said Tua has been working out in the Dolphins facility. He's being evaluated every 12 to 24 hours, and then there's just no timetable right now, though. But it doesn't sound like it's moving in the right direction now.
Yeah, that sounds like a good.
The thing I'm gonna say is it's only Monday, so you probably aren't gonna find out anything until the practices start to kick off.
On Wednesday.
But it definitely looks like he's actually looking to getting back out there because. If he wasn't in the facility and like is not being like looked at or even like doing anything, then like I don't think he's gonna play. Like
100%.
But the fact that he's already back out there, it's like to me it might just be like a strategic thing. Like we don't want to tell him like, oh yeah, he's playing. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, 100%. So that's definitely a good sign. And like I said before, I mean, whether you need to get one of them back, whether it's Tua or Teddy. You prefer Tua, yes, but I think Teddy's probably competent enough to win a couple games here and there. So even if you get Teddy back, that's good as well. But yeah, definitely a good sign for Tua going forward. Back to talking about the Titans and the Commanders. I just want to say it again. Derrick Henry is that fucking guy. I will always be a fan of Derrick Henry. I know he has the slow starts to the years sometimes. Everybody talks about,
or what?
Is he over with? Is he? The dude's just built different. And the Titans are getting him involved in the passing game. Like, when have we fucking seen that out of Derrick Henry? Never. So they're just unlocking this dude at all capabilities. They're just feeding him the rock. Yeah, he had 102 yards and 2 touchdowns. Like, a fucking 2 receptions for 30 yards. Like, Yeah, dude went. I mean, not the greatest day by far, but you know what I mean. A typical Derrick Henry day. That's kind of the floor for Derrick Henry, in my opinion. 100 yards, touchdown or two. But now I think it's really good now that they're getting him involved in the passing game. They're getting some screen plays out to him, getting him in space, letting him fucking truck some dudes, stiff arm here and there. You know what I mean? The guy's built different. I love him.
Scrolling the Twitter timeline real quick. Ian Rappaport just says that Jaguars pass rusher K. Levon Cavzion is dealing with a meniscus from Sunday, sources say, and he's headed for injury reserve. So he was a first-round pick back in 2020, 20th overall. Judging from these comments, though, as they're saying, define pass rusher, I don't think he's very good, but losing a first-round pick is definitely not helpful, so that sucks for the Jaguars.
They're coming at the guy's throat. Jesus Christ. Fuck.
But yeah, anyway, Derrick Henry, King Henry, man.
King Henry. Commanders were trying to make it close at the end, but Titans pulled us out. I think the Titans are getting back on track to what they need to do to.
Is Ron Rivera fucking getting fired or what? Is he overrated?
I don't think he's overrated. I think their quarterback fucking sucks.
I don't know, man.
I'm just not a fan of Carson.
Even with Cam Newton, like
he might be overrated.
I don't know. What's the point?
Isn't he a defensive guy to begin with?
Can his defense stop fucking Derrick Henry?
Nobody can stop Derrick Henry, Nick. That's remain to be seen. That's impossible. The motherfucker's the king for a reason.
What's his coaching record? Where is it?
Oh, God. Here we go. Man's been on the Commanders and the Panthers. His coaching record's going to be ass. Man's going to be negative by 2.
So his total
games.
is 90, what is that, 91 and 86?
Ain't too bad. Not good.
He went 6-10, 7-9, 12-4, 7-8, 15-1, 6-10, 11-5, 7-9, 5-7, 7-9, 7-10.
So a bunch of mediocre seasons.
Yeah, really, he's just going off that season back in 2015 when they went 15-1.
Yeah, that's carrying his record right now.
Because after that, it went all downhill.
I mean, maybe, yeah, he might be on the hot seat after this year. Maybe even in the middle of the year. Yeah, I mean, the Titans are, like I said, getting back on track a little bit. I feel like right now, if I were to look at it, Jags kind of had a bad week, but they're looking promising. I think right now I'm looking the Titans might be the favorites for the division. Colts, ew.
To be fair, yeah, you're right. He is a defensive guy.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, so I mean, Titans are getting back on track. Love to see that. Moving on, 49ers at the Panthers. We talked about the Panthers a little bit with the whole disorganization going on right now.
Teams in shambles.
Teams in shambles. 49ers came out and fucking stomped them. Which, after the way they beat the Rams, I wholeheartedly expected
the GM's on the phone saying, you want to buy DJ Moore? Anyone want to buy DJ Moore?
CMC's on the trade block. Take them all.
Take them for a 5th.
Yeah,
going once, 5th. Anyone got a
7th, going twice. Oh, shit. But yeah, 49ers smoked the Panthers. This game was never really close. Maybe like at the beginning when it started out 0-0. But other than that, Panthers smoked them. Panthers smoked them. 49ers smoked them, yeah. I'm fucking in shambles, too. I'm not going to say much. You got anything else on that game?
Nope.
Next, we
Did
got...
not see anything about it.
Yeah. Next, we got the Eagles at the Cardinals. Eagles get the dub, 5-0, baby. We're still undefeated. We love to see that.
Didn't the Cardinals almost make a comeback? Or am I trolling?
So, here's what happened. At the fourth quarter...
the score was close.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure like who had the ball or what was
the fourth quarter, the Cardinals scored the ball with like 9 minutes left, right? They scored it to make it 17-17. And then the Eagles got the ball back with 9 minutes left. The Eagles had one of the best drives I've seen all year out of a team. Just a long drive, drain the clock down to like a minute 30, a minute 50, something like that. So they ended up having the ball like 7 minutes, right?
Yep.
Went all the way down, ended up kicking a field goal. I would have liked to see a touchdown off that drive, but they kicked the field goal. And then the Cardinals went down and they got down to like the 35, 40-yard line, getting ready to kick a field goal. What happened is Kyler Murray scrambled. There was like, at this point, there was like 50 seconds on the clock, right? Kyler Murray scrambled out, got to the sticks, but he slid. And you know how when you slide, you're down when you start your slide?
Progress,
yeah. So it's third and 1, or second and 1, or second and 10. I'm sorry, I'm in shambles. Second and 10, he runs for the sticks, slides right before the sticks, makes it third and 1.
Yep.
28 seconds left on the clock, something like that. Gets up, runs over, spikes the ball like a dumbass. Now it's 4th and 1. So now they're forced to kick the field goal, and it was like a 50-yarder, 48-yarder, something like that. Might have been like a 43, actually. And the Cardinals had a backup kicker, and their kicker got hurt, and they signed Matt Amendola, and he ended up... A lot of people are saying...
Should have been doable. Should have been
doable. Out of an NFL kicker, absolutely. But a lot of people are saying that he missed the kick, and from the couple angles I saw, it looked like the kick got blocked by...
Oh, like tipped or something?
Yeah, it got tipped. Like, it didn't fully get blocked, but the angles I saw... There was a defensive lineman for the Eagles that had his hand up, and like once it looked like it hit the hand and started to go to the right because
like
the ball, the ball like kind of shot right after it crossed the line of scrimmage. So I think the kick got blocked a little bit, but either way,
it was just dog shit and he fucking hooked it. I don't know.
I don't know, but either way, Eagles pulled out another one, a little closer than a lot of people probably expected, but the Cardinals have been fighting all year long, so. I think this is a really good team win out of the Eagles. They played good. Jalen Hurts had like 2 rushing touchdowns to start the game. His 2 rushing touchdowns were both quarterback sneaks on the 1-yard line. But yeah, no, I mean Eagles 5-0. They played the Cowboys this week. 5-0 versus 4-1, I think on Sunday night. So that'll be a test.
That could be a decent one.
Yeah,
I hope Dak is back.
If Dak's back, that'll be crazy.
That'd be a really good game then.
Cowboys defense is just going crazy, so that'll be a good test for the Eagles if they beat them. But right now,
you can talk about the Cowboys defense right here against the Rams.
Cowboys at the Rams. I'll tell you one thing.
I saw the one play they showed. It was like he got sacked, ball comes out, boom, touchdown for the Cowboys.
Yeah, like.
And I'm like, oh no, here we go.
I'll say a couple things about this game. The Cowboys' defense is carrying the fuck out of this team.
To be expected, though.
To be expected, yes, absolutely. The other thing I'll have to say is on the other side of the ball, the Rams, I don't know what... We've said it week after week after week. I don't know what the fuck's going on with them, but I will say one thing. If Matthew Stafford isn't throwing Cooper Kupp the ball, he just looks like shit, in my opinion. Like... I feel like the only time he can make good throws is when he's throwing it to Cooper Kupp, and then anytime he tries to throw it to anybody else, he can't fucking do it. Like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, but this might be, at least in recent years, like the biggest, like, in my opinion, shit show the year after you won a Super Bowl. Like, they just do not look good on both sides of the ball, in my opinion.
No, I agree 100%. I actually saw it too. People were making fun of Matthew Stafford because it was like Allen Robinson finally getting a catch, and like, my God, the guy had to put on white long sleeves just to be spotted out there.
Oh no, I did see that one. Dude, Allen Robinson
stats. Look at the stats. Cooper Kupp had 10 targets, 7 catches. Tyler Higbee, his tight end, had 10 targets, 7 catches. Allen Robinson, 5 catches.
Yeah, okay, I take that back. If he's not throwing to Tyler Higbee and Cooper Kupp, I forgot about Higbee. But if he's not throwing to those 2 guys, he can't throw the fucking ball.
He pretty much only throws to the Cooper Kupp.
Yeah.
Like, when I watch him play, it's like the ball's only going to Cooper Kupp.
Yeah. 100%.
And it's like, I get it. It's like your best player, but you signed Allen Robinson for a fucking reason. Like,
bro, every time in all the Rams games that I've seen, every time he throws it to Allen or Robinson, it's
like the worst ball you've ever seen in your life.
It's some end zone shot, just throwing it up to him, and it's not even fucking close to him. It's like, what are we doing, my guy? You signed this guy on a pretty, somewhat hefty deal, you know what I mean? And the dude just ain't even getting the ball. And I don't even necessarily blame Allen Robinson at this point. Yeah, I don't know. Matthew Stafford looks like shit. Their whole team looks like shit. I think I said the exact same thing last week. Cowboys squeak out another one. That NFC East division is going to be, I guess, competitive all year long. Yeah.
Close race, I guess.
I was telling this to my dad. I was like, really? The Eagles finally decide to fucking start off hot, right, and go 5-0, and then the year they do it, the rest of the division, does the same shit. So it's like it's crazy. Moving on to the Sunday night primetime game, we had the Bengals and the Ravens.
Justin Tucker.
Yeah, best to ever do it, man. Just
reason why I drafted him early.
Yeah,
you're making fun of me.
Only reason? No. Here's the thing. I was fucking with you on drafting a kicker that early because I've done it before. Second off, I don't think Justin Tucker is the best fantasy kicker, in my opinion. I've always said that the best fantasy kicker has to go to the number one offense, which I don't think the Ravens have, or a team that can somewhat... The number one offense
is the fucking Detroit Lions.
Right? Yeah. Or the team...
And I don't think Matt Prater's even playing.
Yeah. Or it goes to the team that is like somewhat good but can never punch it into the end zone. Someone like the Falcons, like their kicker, because they force.
Guess what? Guess what? He's number 2 ranked kicker in fantasy. So shut up.
Who is?
Justin Tucker.
No, I mean I'm not saying he doesn't do good. I just feel like every year it's always the guy
is probably the Chiefs kicker just because they get so many points, or the Bills one, Tyler Bass.
Yeah, that's what I always feel like. Or like I said, like. Last year,
unfortunately, what's his name hasn't been hurt.
Who? Oh, Harrison Butker.
Chiefs kicker.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Last year for me, the best kicker, and I think he was the best kicker in fantasy last year, was Nick Folk, and that's because the fucking Patriots could never get in the end zone, so they were just always kicking field goals. And to me, field goals are fucking 10 times better if you're kicking 30-40 yarders fucking 3-4 times a game. That's 12 points easy. But yeah. Anyways. Bengals at the Ravens, I expected this to be like 30-28 or something, but kind of turned out to be a somewhat defensive game. You didn't watch this game much, did you?
Which one, sorry?
The Ravens and the Bengals.
Absolutely not. I literally got home as the game was pretty much over, and I saw Justin Tucker kick the game winner.
I figured. Lamar Jackson had about 3 touchdown throws that he just overthrew. Like this was the one game.
Lamar.
Yeah, this was the one game where I was like, Lamar, what the fuck are we doing, my guy? Like, you normally hit.
He's been low key pooping in his pants the last couple weeks.
The last couple weeks, he hasn't been as hot as he was.
He hasn't done anything.
Yeah, so
since the Dolphins lost, he's lost full. I think. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I would be fucking mad at the world. You fucking put up 40 points and fucking lose to the Dolphins in the last quarter. Like, I don't know. Yeah, no. They'll probably make the playoffs and they might be competitive, but something's got to change, whether it's the way their defense plays or I don't know, but like they just barely squeak some of these out and they lose.
Like even playing against the Bills, it was 23-20. He had 29 attempts. He only had 144 yards. Like
yeah, and they were up 17. They were up 17-3, I think, at one point.
And that was up against the Bills defense, which is pretty much like still the same thing that Tua played, right? Mm-hmm. Like the weaker secondary, so it's like he's got to put up fucking some stats, like something.
Yeah, I don't quite
like
know what's
even
going
this
on
game. He put up 174 yards on 32 passes. So it's like, what the fuck are you doing, Lamar? Like, struggling out there.
On the Bengals side of the ball, I feel like
did Bateman not play this game or something?
No, Bateman didn't play. He was out.
I was gonna say.
Yeah,
this man had no targets.
And I don't know if maybe that's why he just didn't trust his receivers and he's better at throwing the long ball to Bateman. I don't know.
Oh, I know he throws it to fucking Mark Andrews. My lord, that guy gets everything.
Mm-hmm.
That guy had 10 targets, 8 catches.
The Bengals, T. Higgins was out there on the field or started but didn't really play. I don't know. I think just this Bengals offense just doesn't look right when you don't have all 3 of their top receivers. I feel like that's where they succeed, when they have all 3 of those.
Wasn't this another game too that we were waiting to see if the Bengals?
Yeah, and even then, I still can't figure out. Like
we still didn't even like really get to see it. So.
I don't even know. I still don't know what to say about the Bengals. But Ravens squeak one out. This would be big. I think they play Week 18, so Week 18 could come down to who wins the division. You know what I mean? You still got to deal with the Browns are kind of floating around that area too. So I still don't know who. the favorite is for this division right now. I think maybe the Ravens have the advantage a little bit, but it could go either way with all three of those teams. Next we got.
I'd say right now you got to give it to the Ravens.
Yeah, no, 100%. But next we got the Monday night game tonight. We got the 1-3 Raiders at Arrowhead with the 3-1 Chiefs.
Chiefs.
We both picked the Chiefs on this one.
Chiefs.
Chiefs will fucking smoke them, I think. Raiders got a
good roster.
but...
I think the Raiders are better than their record. Like, we've already said this how many times now. But they're going to go to 1-4, and it's going to be unfortunate. But that's just the reality of the beast.
They need to figure it out. Moving on, you ready for Week 6 predictions?
Well, I want to bet on this game tonight, but I'm not betting on the Chiefs to win because it doesn't pay anything. What do you think? Do you think the Chiefs are just going to light up the scoreboard? Because the over and under is 51.5.
Jeez,
you think
that's pretty high.
I don't think it's going to hit. Because that's at least 25 points each. And I can see the Chiefs just smoking them 30 points and then the Raiders doing nothing. You know what I mean?
Pull up the previous scores of all the Chiefs Raiders games in the last 2 years. Excuse me.
Kansas City Chiefs first.
So, right now, what I'm seeing the last 3 times they played was December 12th of 21, 48-9, Chiefs won. November 14th, 21, Chiefs won 41-14. And November 22nd of 2020, Chiefs won 35-31. So you said it's 51?
Yeah.
So the last 3 games, it's went over 51 points. The last 3 times they played. The most recent one was 48-9. Chiefs won.
48-9?
Yeah, and that was December 12th of last year.
So are you telling me history repeats itself?
And then before that, it was 41-14 in 2021. And then
you're telling me history repeats itself. They're just gonna run another fucking scoreboard up.
That's what it looks like, my guy.
So you're telling me so when did they get in Mahomes? 20-something?
2017.
So since 2017, what has the scores been for the Chiefs only?
Hold on, I'll have to go to a different website and pull them all up. Let's see. Okay, so it looks like 2017, right? Starting 2017, it was 30-31. Raiders won.
Yep.
Then it was 26-15, which isn't over that, right?
Yep.
And then it was 40-33, and then it was 35-3.
Jesus.
28-10, 40-9, 40-32, 35-31, 41-14, 48-9.
So yeah, the last four have been over.
Yeah.
All right, good to know.
Last 4 have been over. The last 5 was 2 points from being over. So you figure the last 5 have been 50 points.
All right. All right.
So that's up to you on that. I don't be betting the overs and unders a whole lot, so I don't be betting at all. But what else are you gonna bet on that game? You just gonna do the overs?
Probably. Unless I bet on the Josh Jacobs touchdown for $2.
Don't do that, bro. I got him in fantasy. I'm playing.
But
I'm going against him in fantasy.
I'm just gonna bet on the over and under just because it pays a lot more than.
Gotcha.
The Chiefs are paying $1.28. You bet $1 to make 28 cents. Does that make sense to you? Nope.
Nah, not at all. If you take the over, what's it paying?
91 cents basically for every $1.
And then the under is what?
The same thing.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, that ain't too bad.
All right, I'm ready to do predictions here.
Yep. All right.
Great Thursday night game. Commanders Bears. Who you got?
I don't know.
You still thinking?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Commanders. I think their offense is better.
I'm gonna go Commanders as well.
And they got pieces that they can fucking put points up at least.
Yeah.
49ers, I haven't seen enough out of
Justin
what's his name? Justin Fields.
Yeah. 49ers at the Falcons. I'm taking the Niners.
I'm already gonna walk our picks.
Yeah. Patriots at the Browns. I'm taking the Browns.
I think the Browns are gonna win it. I think the Bailey Zappas, whatever the fuck his name is, runs out of magic.
Yeah. Fuck, man. Jets at the Packers. I'm gonna take the Jets on an upset. Packers can't beat a New York team this year.
I'm gonna go Packers.
All right.
I think Garen's gonna take it out on the Jets.
All right. Jaguars at the Colts. I'm taking the Jags.
Man. They lost the first matchup, the Colts. I'm gonna go...
They didn't play yet.
Didn't they play already? I thought they played. Are you sure? No, I'm pretty sure they played.
You're telling me 5 weeks into the season, the Jags and Colts are already going to play both of their games? That's crazy.
I think so.
I think they did. They shut them out 24-0. The Jags
did. Yeah. Because I was like a lot of points for the defense.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Jags.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to say. It was pretty quick. They already played them.
Yeah, you're right. That is crazy. Vikings at the Dolphins, man, this is tough because we don't know the quarterback situation for the Dolphins.
I'm going Dolphins, but if Tua's not playing, I'm going Vikings. But I'm not going to change my answer.
Okay. I'm going to go Vikings.
I'll pray that Tua plays, but
yeah.
If he loses, I would have picked... If he's not playing, then I would have picked the Vikings.
Yeah, I'm like you. I'm going to go Vikings here. But I think, like I said, if Tua's playing, I might pick the Dolphins. But like you said, I'm going to take Vikings.
Is Andy Dalton going to play against his old team? I don't know. What does Jameis Winston have? Is he done for the year?
No, he's been... last I heard, he had like a broken back or something. But I don't think he's done for the year. I think he's been like week to week.
Jameis Winston. What's up? Where's some news on him? Oh, here we go. 6 hours ago, out.
Yeah, he's been dealing with like
back and ankle.
Yeah.
That'd be cool to see if Andy Dalton gets to play against the fucking Bengals.
The Bengals, yeah. I'm gonna take the Bengals in this game.
I'm gonna go Bengals as well. I think they can put up some points against this team here.
All right.
It's gonna be a hard defensive matchup, but
yeah.
The way I see it is one of those games where the Saints' offense isn't gonna be as good, so the Bengals just be able to capitalize on the tired defense. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Ravens, Giants.
Ravens,
the way Lamar's playing, I don't fucking know.
I'm gonna bet on my boy Lamar. I'm taking the Ravens.
Probably gonna go with. Yeah, I'm gonna go Ravens. Wait.
Are we just gonna keep counting the Giants out, bro?
I'm gonna go Giants. Fuck it. Upset.
Shit. Alright.
Oh yeah, real quick, we should probably say too the buys for this week because this is the first week of buys.
Oh yeah.
Detroit Lions have a bye. Houston Texans, Vegas Raiders, Tennessee Titans. So what is that? That is 2 games we're short this week.
Unfortunate. Worst time of the year is when the buys start coming around. Buccaneers, yeah, easy.
Yeah, I'm going Buccaneers as well.
Yeah.
Seems like they got the ship back in the water again. I like that little.
We actually have some pretty decent games this week. This might
you like
be
that saying there?
No, I like it. I do like it.
With the Pirates? The Pirates
team?
team?
The Pirates.
Tom Brady.
Yes. It's fucking loser, man. We do have some good
Panthers
games this week.
The Panthers with an interim head coach.
But we got the shit ball here. The Panthers at the Rams.
The interim head coach.
Is PJ Walker gonna fucking dot up the Rams?
Steve Wilkes. He said Steve Wilkes, right?
That's what I said. Isn't that like a talk show
former...
host?
Isn't that Steve Harvey?
There's some guy named Wilkes that has a talk show or something.
Is there?
I thought.
Oh, the Steve Wilkes
show.
The Steve Wilkes?
Yeah, that sounds right. Is it Wilkes? I don't fucking know, bro. Who are you picking? Panthers or the Rams?
Isn't he the? Am I tripping? Is he the Navy SEAL guy?
Wilkes?
Isn't he a Navy SEAL?
I don't fucking know.
Oh, he's a former Chicago cop.
This guy.
Oh, there's a guy on YouTube. I forgot what his name is, but you know how they do those like breakdown videos with like GQ?
Yeah.
He whatchamacallit,
You watching GQ videos, bro?
he does like the breakdown for like army movies. He's like a former Navy SEAL.
Oh, okay.
I forget what his name is. I thought it was him. Yeah, okay. So I'm not tripping. So Steve Wilkes was the former Arizona head coach with Josh Rosen, and then he got fired after that 1 year.
Okay.
So that's who this guy is. Okay. Sorry, are you on Panthers or Rams?
Panther. I'm asking you.
Oh, you don't even know who to go?
No.
I don't fucking know either.
Bro, I don't want to pick the Rams, but the Panthers, I don't.
Can I just say tie? This game goes on tie.
Oh shit.
I'm going Panthers. Fuck it, man. Like they're gonna find some juice with PJ Walker.
God damn it! I was gonna say that.
Because I don't think the Rams are good. Like I really don't, and I like the Panthers defense.
I'm going Panthers too. Yeah,
because I think their defense is gonna just destroy Matt.
I'm telling you, PJ Walker's not half bad, bro. He comes out and does all right. I think they got a new head coach, culture change a little bit. What's up?
So I said it's gonna get the juices a little bit there.
Get some excitement in the building. Yeah, Panthers. Fuck it. I like it.
Okay.
Cardinals, Seahawks. Cardinals look like shit. Seahawks are putting points on the board.
I'm going Seahawks as well. I think Walker leads the way.
I love that. I love that you're saying that. I'm going Seahawks too. Yeah.
The game that should have been flexed to either Sunday night. Well, I mean, even Sunday night's game's not bad, so it's got to be flexed to Thursday. I wish it was flexed, but it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm going Chiefs.
Hold on. Somebody in chat said Panthers trash. I got 5 on the Rams. Bro, they're both trash, to be honest, bro. Anyways.
He might as well just throw that $5 on a long shot or something, because, like, both those teams are fucking dog shit. I'm going Chiefs for the Bills game.
Bills at the Chiefs, huh? Last time they played, we all know what happened.
Tyreek Hill went dummy.
I'm going to go Chiefs too, man. Like, Pat Mahomes always figures it out against these really good teams. Like, they fucking...
He's going to be doing some crazy shit tonight, and they're going to go, well... If you bet on the Bills, or picked the Bills, you would have been seeing him tonight, and you would have been like, well, I wish I would have picked the fucking Chiefs.
This man said, what do you mean somebody? My fault. Jordy Dubs said the Panthers trash. I got 5 on the Rams. My fault, homie.
I'm assuming you're going to bet on the Eagles again here.
I picked the Chiefs, right? Yeah, that's what I said. Cowboys at the Eagles? Why the fuck would I ever bet on the Cowboys, man? The Cowboys are dog shit. Eagles all day. 6-0, baby.
I'm going to go Cowboys.
Oh, by the way, I ordered Jalen Hurts jersey. What's up?
I think this is, honestly, on paper, it may not be the best matchup quarterback to quarterback because the Dak's not playing and you have to play Cooper Rush, but this Cowboys defense is feasting, and I think this is going to be the toughest matchup for the Eagles offense.
I think so, too.
And it's a division game on top of that. So I really think this could be a measuring stick type game. Like, are the Eagles are really that good?
Yeah.
Or are they really just been the bullies of the league?
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. I think it, on paper, too, it just
Plus,
looks
I
like
want to pick
really
opposite of you to try and make some games up on
No,
it.
yeah, because we...
I'm already in the head, but keep the lead, I guess.
Yeah, we picked
all the
same
same last week,
so we're trying to change it up a bit here. Jordy Dubs
Plus,
said...
I feel like this week's actually a bit easier to change it.
It is, 100%. Jordy
I saw him
Dubs...
spell the gulag
He said gulag. Man kills me in the gulag one time when he was cheating, and he fucking keeps bringing it up. He flashed me to kill me, bro. I can't believe it.
That's
anyways,
a rap play right there.
Do what?
That's a rap play right there.
It is a rap play, right? Like, come on. Next, we got the Broncos Monday night game. Broncos at the Chargers. I'm taking the Chargers because the Broncos are fucking dog shit. Russell Wilson is washed.
I'm going to go Chargers as well.
Love that. Week 6 breakdown.
So, we have... That's the same. 1, 2, 3. 4 games different this time. Mix it up a little bit.
Like it. Jordy, when do I play you in fantasy, bro? Is it this week? Let me find out I smoke your ass in fantasy.
This guy said Craig knows who daddy is. Craig, is this guy's your daddy here?
Nah, bro. He killed me one time in the gulag. I don't even want to hear
What, is he in your main fantasy league or what? Or is this the other one that you've been doing?
No, he's...
Sorry, you've done like 13 this year. I don't know.
I'm in 10 fantasy leagues at the moment. 9. 10. I don't even know
Here we go.
He's in one of them, though. This is the second year doing it with him and a bunch of other people.
Okay.
But that's going to break down the Week 6 predictions. We did the Week 5 recap. That's all I got, to be honest.
Or did they cut the outro?
Yeah. Yeah. This will wrap
That's
up episode 9 of the Blue 82 podcast. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, talk to us, tell us we suck. We know we suck. We don't care what you think.
Bring out the hammer. Craig said hammer the over. He told you the match histories of the Chiefs game tonight.
Yes.
Hammer it.
Hammer the over of the Chiefs. It's going to be over
do it like
51
Pat McAfee.
points. Hammer Don! Like that? Oh, goodness. We love it. But we appreciate y'all. We love y'all.
It's Thanksgiving in Canada, so happy Thanksgiving to anyone out there that's Canadian.
Dude, Thanksgiving's not for a fucking month.
It's in Canada, but yeah.
Nah, what is Canada? Who the fuck? Canada? Canada, eh?
Okay, this guy's just being disrespectful.
I'm sorry. We love Canada around here.
This guy just killed one demographic.
There goes our viewers there.
They don't want to ever come back here.
That's funny. No, we love Canadians. Anyways, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We will catch y'all next week on episode 10 to recap Week 6. I'm going to make the comeback on Nick. I'm 6 games down. I'm coming back.
If you win all these games, you'll only be 2 games down then.
Yeah.
The ones that you pick different from me.
Yep. We love it. All right.
Well, it's not going to happen.
Nick, you got anything else?
Shout out everyone that watches.
Yes. Shout the fuck out. Let us know, also, if you comment or anything, let us know if you got any ideas, something you want us to talk about. We can answer questions on the next video, the next podcast, you know what I mean? Like,
make a Twitch account, sign up.
Yeah.
Comment on the live stream.
We're always here on the live stream talking. Don't be shy. We're here.
Send a comment.
Follow the Twitters, all the socials, the Instagram, the Twitch.
It's all in the YouTube video descriptions.
Yep. You'll find it there.
Every video.
Every description. We are fucking out here. But now, for real, we appreciate y'all. We'll catch y'all next week on episode 10. Peace.